I saw a light when you passed me by. The reason why I shine, you're the reason why. I thought I caught your eyes, the love is blind. I thought I saw you smile.
Good morning, friends, and welcome back to the homestead. So it has been 5 weeks that we have had our meat chicks, and they are growing like weeds. They have been out on pasture for a little over a week and a half now, and I'm going to take you outside so you can see how they're doing and kind of just take you along on my morning routine here on the homestead. Alright, so now that they're all fed and happy, I need to move their shelter to a new spot so that it doesn't kill my grass, and I can keep moving the shelter every single day down, and they're going to eat the grass, they're going to fertilize the grass, they're going to make this grass amazing. So let me get in here and move this shelter while the chickens are occupied with eating. Alright, so now their shelter is moved. They've got food, they've got water. Now let's go let out the other animals and get them fed. This is where our little banning chickens and our golden phoenix chickens sleep. We cannot get them to go with the other chickens. They just absolutely love to be there. That's where they know home is. We're eventually going to try to move them to the other side because my husband does want to use that area for his workshop. We got to get them used to going over to the barn, and that way they will be fine over there. And my husband will have his workshop. Well, the girls are being extremely lazy this morning and don't want to come out. They are still roosting and still staying up. Normally they dart out the door, but they're quite happy this morning to stay in bed. So we're going to let them be lazy, and we're going to go ahead and let the pigs out now. Alright, so the girls are doing good, and they are definitely hungry. Now all the chickens absolutely love the pig feed that we give them because it's fermented. I guess they like it. So I go ahead and I give it to all the mamas and the babies that are outside. Alright, so all the mamas and the babies are now out. Now I need to go ahead and feed the chickens their grain and their scratch and their layer mash as well. Alright, so now everybody is fed over here down at the barn. They are all happy, they have water, they've got food. Now I have to go back to the meat birds because they are insane eaters. And that's all they know how to do is just eat and sleep and poop. That's it. So I need to go over there and refill their feeders, and also check on their waters and go ahead and take their waters to get refilled so they are good all day. Those 2 big 5-gallon waters will last me all day for both of those chicks, and night for all the chicks. So I have 2. One of them I know for sure is empty, so I need to go ahead and fill that one up, take it to the birds, and refeed them. Alright friends, so now that all of my animals are fed, I need to come and water my backyard fall garden that I had planted. And let me show you what else I went ahead and planted on the corners of each of these beds. I was gifted some amazing chilies from a good friend of mine, Monica, and I went ahead and started these seeds and had them germinated, and they are doing really well. So I went ahead and put them in these raised beds so they can continue to grow, and hopefully I will have some peppers before our first frost. So let me show you these amazing peppers that she gave me. And as you can see, the ladies are here, but none of the chickens have found out that I have vegetables growing up here. Thank goodness. Hopefully they don't come jumping up here. But here in my first bed, I've got the Sandia, New Mexico chilies, and they are doing really well. Over here, I've got some Hatch chilies. Same thing here, some more Hatch chilies. And then I've got some Big Jim, New Mexico green chilies. Another bed of that. And this last one is again the Sandia, New Mexico chilies. And they are all doing very well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start watering my garden. And look at, I've got sprouts. These are my radishes. My radishes are already popping up, friends. These are my beets, and I don't see any beets popping up yet, but it's only been 5 days since I planted these seeds. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start watering all my plants. I do this every morning before sun comes out and hits over here. That way they can get a nice drink of water, because it has been really hot here this whole week. So I need to make sure these stay nice and hydrated. All right, so now that all of my plants are watered, I'm gonna go ahead and head inside and just get ready for the day. And then I'm gonna head down to the garden because I'm going to the farmer's market tomorrow. And I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of exciting news about the farmer's market. But first I need to go down there and pick a bunch of vegetables to take to the farmer's market. So I'll see y'all back in a little while. Let me go ahead and get ready and we'll head down to the garden. All right friends, so now we are gonna go ahead and head down to the garden so that I can harvest whatever I have down there. So something really interesting happened. I got a phone call from my extension office who runs the farmer's market. And they let us know that because of the flooding that we had been having in eastern Kentucky and all the families that are without their homes and have pretty much lost everything, there's an organization that came out and they wanted to help the community as well as help the local farmers. So what they are doing is they are basically purchasing all of our products. We take all that we have to the farmer's market. We give all of our produce that we harvest to the community. They get to come between the hours that the farmer's market is open and they can take whatever they want. At the end of the day, we take a sheet of paper and we list everything that we sold or that was given away, how much we normally charge for it, and this organization writes us a check for the amount that we gave to the community. So this is an awesome thing that they did for all of the community that has been struggling for the last 3 weeks with the severe flooding that we had and all the families that have lost everything. So I am super blessed to be able to take what I still have here in the garden to the farmer's market to bless the community with what I have. So I am going to go and harvest what I do have, which is just basically my peppers, my okras, some zucchini, but I'm going to go ahead and harvest all this and we are going to take it to the farmer's market tomorrow morning. So let's get to harvesting. All right, so the first item that I'm going to go ahead and start harvesting are my hot peppers. I've got hot and sweet peppers in this bed. I know which is which, so I'm only going to harvest the hot ones, put them in a bag, and then I will harvest the sweet ones and put them in a separate bag. That way I can label them correctly and nobody takes home hot peppers when they were looking for sweet peppers. All right, so I was able to get a whole bag of hot peppers. The sweet peppers are not quite big enough yet to go ahead and pick those ones, so I'm gonna let those go until next week. I will harvest those probably Wednesday to take to the farmer's market. So I'm gonna let those ones go ahead and go. I am now gonna go harvest my okras. I have a ton of okra for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and start harvesting the okras next. All right, friends, so I went ahead and picked what okra I had. So for me to take to the farmer's market, it's gonna be some hot peppers and okra. I have also probably 2 or 3 dozen eggs that I'm gonna go ahead and take to the farmer's market as well and gift these all to the community, to anybody who wants them or needs them. My tomatoes, I don't have enough tomatoes to send right now. I do try to take tomatoes to the farmer's market when I have enough, but I don't even think I'll have enough for a small bag to take. So I'm gonna let those go ahead and continue to ripen before I pick any of those cherry tomatoes to take to the farmer's market next week. All right, so now that I'm done in the garden, I'm gonna go ahead and head back and check on the chickens. It's been a couple hours since I last checked on them, so I need to go see if they have enough food and water and that they are all doing well. Check the electric fence, make sure it's still working, and then I will probably retire into the house because it's starting to get hot. It's supposed to be 90 today, so I am going to head inside and just do some house stuff. So let's go check on the chicks and then we'll head inside. So it is hot out here, so they are staying cool in the shade. I got half under here, half underneath their shelter. They are out of food, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them some food. Their waters are still nice and full, so I don't need to worry about the waters, but I am gonna start giving some more feed. All right, so they are all good. The fence is working good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and head inside because I am hot and I need to get those vegetables all cleaned up, bagged up, and labeled for tomorrow morning. Well, it is dinner time and I am heading down to the pigs. I'm gonna go ahead and feed them first, make sure that they are good, have water, and check on the chickens, collect the eggs, and then I'll go check on the meat birds and see how they are doing. But I won't be closing everything up until much later because my chickens don't like to go to bed until it's almost dark. So, but let's go ahead and feed these pigs right now because I know they're hungry. Hey girls. So at night is when I go ahead and I redo their feed. So I ferment their feed for 24 hours, 12 and 24 hours. So in the morning they'll eat it after 12 hours, and in the evening it'll be in 24 hours since I had soaked their feed. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now with the new feed. I'm gonna fill this bucket up with water and then go ahead and put their 4 scoops of feed in there, and that way they have feed for tomorrow that has already been fermented. Well, pigs are happy. Now let's go ahead and check and see how many eggs I get for tonight. A lot of my girls have already put themselves to bed. But I have a few stragglers that like to stay out until late. Well, they gave me 7 eggs, so I think they're hiding them again. I found a clutch of eggs, 13 of them, a couple days ago, up in the barn in the hay. So I know they were hiding. There was at least 4 different chickens that were laying eggs there. So I've got 4 chickens that are still trying to hide some eggs from me. So I need to find out where they are putting them. But it looks like all of them decided to go to bed. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these eggs down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close up the barn for the night. All right, everybody is happy and in bed. Now let's go ahead and head over to the meat birds and get them also into bed. That wasn't so bad. They were pretty cooperative today. So now that they are all in bed, all the other animals are in bed, it's time for me to go inside and just relax. So thank you, friends, for coming by the homestead today, as I got my morning routine, afternoon and evening routine done. You can see what happens here on the homestead. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. As always, I hope all is well, and have a blessed day.